Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca and I'm here to show you my May spreads in my bullet journal. A couple of quick notes. One, my hanging cell phone tripod-y thing that I used to do the overhands broke, so I have a new angle and I'm holding the camera by my hand. Let me know in the comments down below how you think it turned out. I'm gonna do my best not to be so shaky. And the second thing was just that because this is a new size, I'm using a B5, and because I'm going through some rapid changes and development and stuff, things have changed a lot. So I'm going to skip over any March pages. I'm going to go right into May so that way I can talk to you about why I'm doing certain things. For May, I did a lot of cutting, so I can actually find it really easily. It's right here. Look at that. Sneak peek. Here's a little view of my desk. With all my cards. Maybe I should take some of those down. Anywho, here we have my May spreads. For the month of April, I had started doing some tabs and cutting like this. What I had done though was I cut a few pages like this in for my year ahead spread cards and items and things like that. And then you'd flip a page and then you'd have a cut for the rest of them, a different Dutch door. And I didn't like that. So all of my May spreads are, you can see them all right here. It's just a matter of flipping to the right tab. So first let's zoom in and let's look at my title page. So if you haven't been here before, for a while it's been my practice, it's been over a year now, that I use the energy of my year ahead spread cards and I spend some time and I dig into them and I try to see if I find a theme for what I think the month is about. And I use my bullet journal and my creative work in my bullet journal to explore that theme and bring that energy into my everyday life. I use this every day. It sits open right here on my desk all the time. For May, based on my cards and information, I got the theme of birthing my moon self. So I just have at the top a piece of the paper I liked and the word May, a monarch butterfly. Look at that. I drew that. I'm so proud. A peacock feather, the moon around and encompassing my word moon, another monarch down here. Just based on the themes, it really felt like peacocks and monarch butterflies were two of the symbols that kind of very much stuck out to me. So I went with them. I love the difference in colors. And then just this little quote came from something I'd previously cut from the wee moon that I kept part of, and it just says, I was too young to understand. The self had not yet recognized the other. And that's just all about how I'm birthing this side of myself, this way of being that has always been within myself. So that's my title page. And I'm so proud of it. I love it so much. And then you can see I have all of my tabs. So this is all of my content for my monthly spreads for May. Just the monthly ones. My weeklies go elsewhere, and my daily, weekly, whatevers. Anywho, so the only reason I put the paper all the way across, just being real here, is because I messed up. When I was erasing, I erased the tab clean off here. So I reinforced it with some of the scrap paper from cutting pages and then put the paper over it for it to just, so that way it would just look nice. So instead of 6 pages for all of my cards and the keywords, what I've done is I've just condensed them onto one. I've started using my Book of Shadows more again. So I used my Book of Shadows to explore each of these cards, and I figured out the theme and the message, I think, from each of these cards. That's how I got this theme. And so I just wanted to wait till after I had filmed this. I will be writing just what the general theme is, because basically what I'm doing is everything that I feel like will be affecting my day-to-day life and planning that isn't super, super, super deep and super explorative, unless I really want to, goes in here. The really explorative stuff will go in my Book of Shadows, again, unless I really want to. So that is my May cards and stuff. The tabs on the side, I really wanted to use that paper, and I really love how it looks. And the words refer to what's on the other side of the tab. So on the other side here, we have my simple gratitude and victories. I just write something I'm grateful for every day and something that I did that I'm proud of every day, no matter how small. The next one we have is my Medi-Cal. You'll hear me talk about in a little bit how I'm going through some drastic changes in like how I plan. If you stay tuned and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell notification, I'm going to be doing a planner, I'm going to be doing an update video on how I plan, like how my planner system actually works, not just, ooh, look how pretty, but like how I use it. One of the things I've been consistently doing for years is I write down somewhere in my monthly spreads if I have to take medication, if I'm feeling sick, anything like that. I need to have a place to write it down, specifically because I have allergies and I take Claritin, and you can only take Claritin every so often, right? It has to be minimum 12 hours, only if you're having really bad allergies, 24 otherwise, according to the medical advice I was given. So I had to, when I switched up some of my spreads you're going to see later, I had to find a way to still record my medical stuff. So I brought back the calendar format that I was using. I called it Medi-Cal. Instead of medical, it's Medi-Cal, like a calendar. And this is just where I'm going to note those medical things. Then the next thing we have is my foundations. I have a lot of trackers, and right now that's because I'm doing a lot of foundational work and a lot of work trying to improve things. So in this foundations tracker, these are like the bare minimum things. They're the foundations. They're the things I've really identified as holes in my life that I want to fill and I want to build upon. You might have noticed the binding of the notebook therapy. It's not perfect, so pages do stick up. It doesn't bother me too much. Anyway, on this side, we have my steps tracker that I've been using for a while. This is the Fitbit has a thing you can set it to, so it will notify you every hour to make sure you take 250 steps. I have a box to fill in for each of the hours I have it set for, where I can fill in if I got those 250 steps. And then there's a little space on the side where I can just note if I've weighed myself. And then over here, I put my foundational habits, the things that I really want to just build better habits on and around. And I put them in individual calendar format because I really want to be able to get a view of how each individual thing is. So, and the point of these is mostly to just, like I said, build those habits. So it's not necessarily defined by, it's not necessarily super specifically defined. It's defined by, did I do it? Yes or no. So I have witch work, and that's, did I do something witchy, some sort of witch work in the day? Brush my teeth. Admittedly, I'm really bad at doing that. Did I get outside? Did I get 10,000 plus steps? This is one of 3 actual specific ones. Shower, not that I care about necessarily showering every day. That's not good for your skin or hair, but I want to build better habits around showering, so that's there. Playtime, and this doesn't necessarily mean toys. This means just doing playful things. Zach time, that's my husband. Cam time, that's my son. Fam time, that's the 3 of us. Housework, did I just do anything to contribute cleaning and such energy to the house. And then the other 2 specific ones are 6 a.m. wake up and 11 p.m. bedtime. You may have noticed also, I fucked it up, and every single one has an extra row. So that's fun. Next, we have my wellness log, which, oh look, it's starting to stick up less. So there you go. I have 4 big trackers. These are just things I want to keep an eye on. So it's wellness because I've got mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. For mental, I will be tracking my anxiety, depression, panic, and anger on a scale from 1 to 10, just based on how I feel, 10 being the worst, 1 being the best, how I felt that day, like anger, anxiety, panic, and depression wise. And panic and depression wise. For physical, I will be tracking my sleep, my food, my water, and my exercise. 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, how I feel about the efforts I did that day. Emotional, I will be tracking my mood, snuggles, quiet time, and tech. For all of them except tech, we are aiming for a 10. For tech, we're aiming for a lower scale. Just how do I feel? Do I feel I did good? Do I feel good that day about how my mood was, how my snuggle time I got, my quiet time, that stuff. And then over here, I just have a spirituality tracker with a bunch of spiritual things that I like to do. I am not expecting at all or thinking that I should do all of these every day. I just want to, the goal here is to see, am I doing something spiritual every day? What kind of spiritual things am I doing? How might they be affecting my overall wellness? This is just looking at my wellness. And then the big change is my tasks. And this is the big planning puppy productivity umphy change. So look at that. Meh, whatever. So here I've got plan tasks. This is that calendar type layout I've been using. This is why I had to make a Medi-Cal and put my medication and stuff like that somewhere else, because I needed this space for something else. I'm trying to work on a lot of foundational stuff and build a lot of better habits. And one of those is to actually do things. So, and I ran into an issue with my Google Cal that I do use, which you'll see about when I do that video I mentioned, the how I plan. So I needed to remove my day specific tasks from there. So I added an Alistair method to the back. I always add to the back when I think of something new to add. I always put it in the back. I added the Alistair method. So all of these May tasks here, any task that I know is coming up that it is day specific in any way, goes in the Alistair method, and then it will go into here. So I'm going to put those in. Then here's a cleaning checklist where I'm going to populate. This list is always going to be the same every month, except based on the cleaning stuff I did the previous month. Like I already have a list started. So once this list gets in here, so at the end of the month, I will look at April's list. The cleaning stuff that I did not do through April will get populated first. We'll go at the top, and then the rest will follow after it. And I'll have some sort of way to note that those ones have priority because they haven't been done. So it's kind of like a rotating list. So I'll have that cleaning checklist. This is a general task list for just the things I want to do that I want to keep out of my brain and I don't necessarily have a date for. This will also roll over where at the end of the month, I'll look at them and I'll be like, do I still want to do this? Yes. Okay. It goes to next month. Do I no? Okay. Cross it off. And then I have a video list. And from these 3 lists with my planned tasks, I'm hoping to be able to look at this and be like, okay, the 7th is a really good day to clean the stove. and write it down in the planned list. The only other thing I have down here is the daily cleaning stuff that I want to be done in my house. The dishes, the surfaces, sweeping, and the cat litter. I want those done every day, so they have a little daily tracker. And then my last page is a new one. I made an astrology page. This is from the Astro Moon Cow diary, and it's an overview of the activity in the sky for the month of May. So I've glued that in here, and on the back it talks about like the interpretation. I have some space for me to try and do interpretation of. And then my last page we have is my intentions page. I have the only little picture here I put in from the Wee Moon. It was the only one that really fit. It's called Hope Reborn. Some more of that paper. I just did some color. And then up at the top it says here, I hear you singing and dancing together until every woman is heard, until every woman is heard. And I just put that because this work I'm doing is working on kind of like the building of myself so I can be like reborn. And the ideas in that connect to me on a deep level. And that's it. That is my May setup in my bullet journal. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Did the camera do okay? Please let me know. And I'm going to leave it here because my throat hurts. So I hope you are keeping safe. You have a good rest of your day, whatever part of the day you are in. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Have a good one. Lots of love. Bye.